What's going on, everybody? It's Wednesday the 17th it's Wednesday the 18th of September 2024, 7:45 a.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for today. And I'd like to address the Springfield, Ohio Haitians eating animals deal. Look, I'm going to be real, okay? When Trump said that in the debate, I was like, ugh. You know what I mean? Even though he is mostly right, okay? I haven't really heard any reports about dogs, but cats, there is actual evidence. Look at Charlie Kirk on X. They did like an in-depth, like super in-depth report about this. There's evidence that cats are getting eaten by Haitian migrants in Springfield and in Dayton. And there are pictures of Haitians walking around with dead geese, and there are ducks disappearing, and there's eyewitnesses that say that they saw them catching ducks and geese, and there's cats missing. So that there's something going on is obvious, but they're not only taking the animals, guys. They're not only taking the animals. See, I'm not big at all yet. Not at all. Who knows if I'll ever get there? We'll see. That's not my point. My point is that I'm getting big enough that some of my subscribers and some of my followers are sending me tips about stuff and sending me information that I may not have known. And one of my subscribers, shout out Martha, thank you, sent me a note that said that she was in contact with family members and acquaintances in Springfield, in Ohio, that said not only do they confirm that the animals are getting taken and that cats are being eaten, but also that the Haitians are taking Americans' jobs, because she said that she has a couple of disabled family members living there. They always use the Walmart delivery service. It's always been American people that delivered the stuff up until now. Now there's Haitians driving to their house, delivering the supplies and the food, the groceries that they ordered from Walmart. And look, on its face, it's not, nobody is pissed off that a brown person is coming to deliver their groceries, okay? Let's be honest. She's just pointing out that it's a bigger problem than just cats and fucking geese and shit getting missing. It's a bigger problem. It's a bigger issue. Also, the jobs are going to them. Why? Probably because they can pay them less. I don't know exactly. Still, I've never really figured out how that exactly works, seeing as how there is a minimum wage in America. And how can companies get away with paying illegal immigrants less money, or legal immigrants for that matter, less money than Americans? I don't really get that. You know what I mean? I don't understand how that works. I'm sorry. Maybe somebody can enlighten me on it. Maybe somebody can tell me about it. I don't get how it works, but it obviously works, because that's one of the reasons why countries like America have embraced illegal immigration, is because they like the cheap labor. The companies, the corporations like the cheap labor. And Walmart is certainly a corporation that enjoys cheap labor, and they're getting it. And they're throwing the regular people out of their jobs. So that's a bad thing, okay? And look, when Donald Trump said the thing about the dogs in the debate, I kind of shook my head and laughed. Look, the memes about it are hilarious. No joke, no doubt, they're hilarious. Even though they're coming from the left, I get it. It was funny, but it's not as untrue as people may think. Now, for the North, that's the thing. Right now, we're in the point in the election cycle where the candidates are trying to reach the normal people. The people that are not too involved in politics, that don't know which way they're going to go. They're not really into it. They're uninformed. They're not really super informed. And saying stuff like they're eating the dogs on a national debate is just really not a smart move, whether it's true or not. You know what I'm saying? Because regular people are just going to go, Jesus Christ. This is what the people have been telling me about Trump. He's a maniac. They're accusing immigrants of eating people's pets is crazy. But it's just like the gender-affirming care shit for kids. When people hear that children are getting sex change surgery, basically at the behest of the government, because the governments are forcing the parents to go along with it, they just shake their heads and go, nah, that's not happening. That's crazy. You know what I mean? That's crazy. But it's happening, okay? And it needs to be dealt with. So, yes, Donald Trump, I mean, I get it. You know, but it wasn't the smartest move. Still, That doesn't really matter. Here's what really matters. Whether these people are eating dogs or cats or any shit like that, or geese or ducks, or taking the jobs or not, or whatever, all of that shit is irrelevant. You know what's relevant? Americans don't want a bunch of illegal immigrants, legal or illegal, invading their towns, taking their jobs, putting their families at risk. They don't want the mass immigration. That should be enough. Okay? That should be enough. We shouldn't have to have stories about migrants killing people or kidnapping cats and dogs and grilling them on the barbecue. Those shouldn't even be things. It's like the only thing we can think of to stop the illegal immigration and the mass migration into the country is, well, it's got to be really crazy, otherwise they're never going to stop it. So, you know, let's focus on the fringe crazy shit. That's not going to stop it anyway. You know what it is? People need to just ball up. People need to ball up and forget about being called a racist. You know, if it was me living in Springfield, Ohio, and my dog was getting ready to get ready to get barbecued, I would just go to City Hall and say, look, fuck it, I'm a racist. I don't want these fucking people in my town. I want you to get them out of here. I pay taxes here. I was here first. It's my town. And no matter what you think about illegal immigration and how much we need it and how good it is and shit, I'm not on board. And the people in my town are not on board. And stop being scared of being called a fucking racist. Just embrace it. Embrace it. Fuck it. You know you're not a racist. You know you're not a racist. But hey, that's the only thing that's the only barrier between people and these government organizations that are allowing this to happen, is they think they can get away with calling people racist and they'll just shut the hell up. To stop putting up with it. It doesn't need to be that migrants are killing people or eating dogs and cats. It can just be, hey, I don't want a bunch of immigrants in the town. I don't want a bunch of immigrants crossing across the border in America. I want the government to close the fucking border like it always has been, right? And that's what I want. And I don't give a shit if they're not eating cats. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if they're bringing quality of life up to the community or not, which they're not, okay? Let's be honest. But all of their excuses, you've got to discount, hand wave them away. No. So, okay, they're not eating cats. Okay, so that means that we should just let in more of them then, right? Is that it? Because that looks like what we're getting to, right? People are struggling to formulate their arguments about this issue because they want to convince regular people how bad it is. Look, stop, just say no. You know, I put out a weekly rant a couple weeks ago that said we need to bring back the Just Say No campaign from the 80s and the 90s when I was a kid at school, except then it was against drugs. Now it just needs to be against Democrats. Just say no. Because all of their policies and all of their ideas are dangerous, stupid, and do not benefit the American tax-paying citizen whatsoever. You know what I mean? And not only are the people in Springfield losing their jobs and basically also their cats, and their parks are getting defiled because they're taking the fucking goose and duck and shit away, and the crime rate's gone up. Not only that, right? But just their quality of life has gone down because they are paying so much in taxes in order to support these waves of illegal immigrants and legal immigrants that are coming across the country and basically roaming around, right? That can't be the case. It should be enough for you to say, I pay taxes. I don't want my taxes going to a bunch of immigrants. If they want to come here, they've got to bring something to offer the country. They've got to get their ass into a job, you know what I mean? And not a low-paying wage job or some shit like that the companies can use their stupidity to be able to pay them less. No. They've got to integrate into the system, and the government has to allow them to integrate into the system. And if they don't want to integrate into the system, stay the fuck in the country they came from. That's what we want. Start being more vocal. Stop focusing on eating dogs and cats and start focusing on, we just don't want it. You know what I'm saying? And if that makes me a racist, then fucking call me a racist. Fine. I don't need CNN or the Democrats to validate me. You see what I'm saying? Because I don't give a shit what they think about me. If they think I'm a racist, I don't care. The people I know no, I'm not a racist. The people I care about, no, I'm not a racist. And that's all that fucking matters. And I don't give a shit what the government, the people in the corporations, the illegal immigrants, the Democrats, the lefties, the wokesters, I don't give a shit what those people think. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude people need to take. Also in Springfield, Ohio. People just need to say no. And stop justifying it. Stop it. It's just getting us into more bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Stop justifying it. Justify it with this. I am an American citizen. I pay taxes in this country. My town, my city, my area, and my country are going to hell because of the policies that these Democrats and leftist wokesters are introducing into the country. One of those problems is the mass immigration into the country, both illegal and legal, and I want it to stop. And I don't care if they're good people, bad people, if they're eating cats or not. It does not matter to me. It has to stop. I want it to stop, and that's what we got to focus on. You don't have to justify to your government why you don't want massive amounts of people that don't share your values injected into your cities, towns, country, whatever. You don't have to justify it. You don't have to give them a fucking reason. You see what I'm saying? You can just say, I don't want to. I don't want it. That's your right. And try to make them, let's see if they can argue their way out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Then if you say that, they're going to have to come up with actual convincing arguments to change the people's mind. Sure, if only one person goes out and says it, it's not going to really do much. But if the people in these cities and states and towns that are being affected so badly from this immigration wave, yeah, the constant immigration wave, actually an immigration tsunami, you know what I'm saying? Stop fucking looking for arguments that are on your side, because they don't care if you say, well, but they're eating cats. They're just going to say, no, they're not. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have nothing to say if you just stand there and go, I don't want it. And that's what the people in these towns need to do. They need to band together, go to their city hall, go to their representatives and say, look, we do not care if they're eating cats. We don't want them here, whether they're eating cats or not. We don't want them here. Stop looking for justifications. That's the idea. You know what I'm saying? Make them convince you. And who knows? Maybe they'll come up with a fucking great argument. I don't think so, because otherwise they already would have. But they are counting on stupid people who are uninformed and who let themselves be swayed by, well, if you don't agree with Haitians eating your dogs and cats and running around the street killing geese in front of the kids at the park, then you are a racist bigot. That's what they're counting. That's their whole plan. It's a house of cards. Their plan is so easy to defeat. You know what I mean? Because it's based on hot air and bullshit. All of it. All of their policies are. They're so easy to defeat, people. Because all you have to do to them is say no. And if you want it to be yes, convince me. Convince me. Get a town hall started. Get up there. A congressperson, representative, blah, blah, whoever it is from Ohio, who knows, whoever it is. You know what I mean? I guess it's Jim Jordan, but he's probably not the one that's all about letting illegal immigrants in. So I'm guessing there's also Democrats in government there. If not, I'm surprised that this is happening. Right? Make them have a town hall with all the people and make them come up with clear, convincing, decisive arguments why it is that a bunch of Haitians should be let into the county, let into the city, you know what I mean? And let them run rampant. If they can convince the public with arguments from their side, then okay. Then cool. You know what I mean? But it shouldn't be the public on their knees begging for them to stop and searching and grasping at straws for arguments as to why it should stop. Stop it. The roles should be reversed. I say it all the time. The government people are servants. You know what I'm saying? The government should be a customer service center. The government should be structured around making life for the citizens of the country and the citizens that elected these people into power better and easier for those people. Not for a bunch of illegals or legals that are crossing the border from other countries and want to have a better life. No, they have to adjust to those people that are already there. That's the way this works. Okay? It shouldn't be the other way around. You know what I mean? We're not going to start making... there's no reason for people in America to start opening fucking cat stores where people can buy cat meat to grill it on the barbecue so they don't steal their neighbors' cats. No. When you come to America, the eating the cats thing is done. Right? And if you don't like it, then go the fuck back to Haiti, right? Where you can grill as many cats as you want. Okay? Now, for the people to continue to say that this isn't happening, they're lying. But again, last time I'm going to say it, don't focus on it. Don't focus on it. Just say no. Just say no. Don't give them any justification. You don't owe them an explanation as to why you don't want it. You know what your explanation could be? I pay the taxes, and I want my taxes going to things that benefit me. Period. That's it. End of story. And you can call me a racist and a bigot and a fucking homophobe and a transphobe and all that shit all day. All day. I don't care. And we don't care. You know what I mean? Go there with the whole fucking town. Because people, if you guys don't start doing something, you know what I mean? And you keep playing their stupid game, you're always going to lose because the game is rigged in their favor. They use emotion and stupidity of people in order to stay in power. They've done it for decades, and it's time we put an end to it. You can only start electing people that have actual policies, that can be convincing, that can actually explain to you why it is that the government is funding the Taliban, for example, with $83 million a week or some shit like that, some crazy amount. Doesn't matter what the amount is. See, that's where they get people. They're like, well, but it's only $83 million. And it's only so much of our budget. I remember that shit being the main argument about Ukraine. You know, they're like, yeah, we're sending Ukraine a lot of money, but I mean, it's not even a percentage of our military budget. Okay? So fucking what? That does not explain why Ukraine is getting money that I make, that I pay for, if I'm a tax-paying citizen of America, which I'm not, but Germany's sending money to Ukraine too, let's be real. And they've never given us a real explanation either, except Ukraine small, Russia big, Russia bad, Ukraine good. Ukraine is protecting democracy. Yeah, sure. I bet you that if one of us in the West gets into a fucking fight with China or, you know, another Iran or something, I'm sure the Ukrainians are going to be the first ones in line shipping away all their money, robbing their citizens of their wealth, and sending their citizens to our war to defend us. I'm sure that's the case. Yeah. Look, stop it. Stop justifying why you want normal things. Stop justifying to these politicians and these lunatics why you want policies to change. Stop it. Make them justify it. That's what you got to do. Make them justify it. And everybody else stop groveling. Jesus. It's pathetic. You know what I mean? That it's pathetic that we're in a situation where we have to put focus on Haitians eating cats as the main reason why we don't want the fucking the people there. Stop justifying it. I'm going to say it over and over again until it gets to people's heads. And that's about every policy. Look, these politicians owe you explanations, not the other way around. You see what I'm saying? I pay my fucking cellular bill every month, right? And I want the speed of my phone to be as fast as they offer it. I don't have to call them, wait in line, and fucking, argue with the woman on the phone for 20 minutes as to why I want high speeds. They have to justify to me why the speeds are lower than advertised, right? I don't have to convince them why I want high speeds. It's not like when you call them, they say, well, I mean, yeah, we advertise higher speeds, but this speed for you is enough, isn't it? No. I want the speed I want the speed I pay for, right? It's the same thing with these government people. They are like the call center at your cellular company. That's all they are. They are there to serve your interest. And that's the attitude that American people and Western people in general need to start taking. They need to start seeing themselves as the higher-ups, right? They need to start seeing themselves as the bosses. I don't give legitimacy to any of these fucking people. None. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want anybody really telling me what I can and can't do. Nobody. You know, not Donald Trump, not anybody. I'm an adult. I'll decide what the fuck I do, and that's it. If I hurt somebody else, come and arrest me. Otherwise, leave me the fuck alone. That's what I want. So I don't give legitimacy to any of these people. I skirt the rules wherever I can. You know what I'm saying? I don't comply with everything that I cannot comply to. And that's the kind of attitude that people need to start taking. They need to start seeing these government servants as government servants and not these celebrities that people are worshiping. Oh my God, it's Ted Cruz. Oh my God. Look, fuck it. These people are useless. And the reason they're useless is because they see themselves as better than you. They see themselves as knowing better than you, as making better decisions than you, knowing more information than you. And they feel like they are in a position where they can just rule with an iron fist. They all despise any sort of democratic process because it stands in their way. And that's the idea we need to get out of their heads. They need to start seeing themselves as mere servants to us. And the only way we're ever going to change that is if we show them that that's the case. If we keep acting like servants, they're going to treat us like servants. And it's got to be the other way around. So stop focusing on the fringe craziness. Stop focusing on the madness around the illegal immigration idea. Go with a whole town of people or a large group of people. Go to your representatives, camp out in front of City Hall if you have to, and force them to give you an explanation. And if they can't come up with a convincing one, then the answer is no. Then you get them on a bus, you round them up if they're not allowed to be here, if they have no legal status in the country, and you fucking get them out. We do not care how you do it. Do it. You know what I mean? And now, of course, their next arguments could be, well, you know, we can't just fucking just put them out there and leave them to fend for themselves because that would be inhumane. Well, look, they're the ones responsible for the inhumanity. So don't you feel guilty because it's not your responsibility and it's not your fault that this happened. So don't feel guilty. They're the ones that have to feel guilty. They're the ones that let it get to this point. They're the ones that let it get to the point where now they're going to have to start rounding up people off the street with ICE and putting them on buses and sending them back across the border to where they came. That's too bad. I also feel bad for those people, especially the ones that aren't eating dogs and cats or raping and killing kids in America. I feel bad for them too, but unfortunately, it's the only solution, and the people that need to feel bad and the people that need to feel guilty are the politicians that allowed it to happen and not the people. Stop this guilt complex. Stop it. It's like y'all got Stockholm syndrome for these fucking politicians. Quit it. Really. Just say no. All right, people, I've beat this horse to death. I'm sorry. If you like the videos, if you want to see more of them, if you want to get the Insanity Report every day when it comes out, if you want to get the weekly rant or podcast recommendations I do, or the best ones are the articles I write. If you want to get all that in your inbox automatically as soon as it comes out, then all you got to do is subscribe to my Substack. You can do it below. The links are there. You can do it for free. You can also do it for $5 a month, which I would really appreciate it. And if you're following me somewhere else, you can go ahead and follow me there. But also take the time to come to the Substack and subscribe there just because it's easier. You get all the content in one place. It's the best way to do it. My Substack is It's All About Logic, all one word. It's All About Logic, all one word, .substack.com. Join me there. Guys, we'll see you on the Insanity Report tomorrow. Just say no.